Hi, in this video I want to do a dive into how and why I put back bevels on my bevel up planes. So here's three examples of some common planes with bevel up blades. Got a shoulder plane, a block plane, and a jack plane. So first, what I'd like to start with is explaining what I'm trying to achieve by putting a back bevel on these. So what we're looking to accomplish with this back bevel is a balance between too shallow of a cut and too steep of a cut. So this blade will work just like a chisel, and we know a chisel has a tendency to want to follow the cut down. The only difference is a plane has a body to hold it in place. So what you're trying to do instead is force all these fibers for that cut. So what I found is about 5 degrees works pretty good at being able to make that cut, but not trying to pull too much up and create tear out. The way I find that angle, if this is bed at 12 degrees, 5 minus 12 is 7, so I sharpen my blade at 7 degrees. That's the reason behind it. Now, the way I achieve putting that angle on here is I've got a jig that'll actually get me down to 7 degrees. Set it 0. Here we are, 7 degrees. Not moving. That'll stay there through the whole sharpening process. If anybody else out there knows of a jig that'll get you there, let me know, because I'm not aware of one. So this looks a little bit hanky, like it's hanging off the end, but it's on there solid. It's good enough for me to sharpen that blade. My objective is to put pressure on the front of this, not on the back of it, but I can't. It's not budging by moderate force. So the sharpening process after that, getting your angle set, is just like any other. I just want to take this blade. I start with 1,000 to establish that flat. Get that little flat established on there. Then to establish the camber on the sides, we just pick up the opposite end, just roll that just slightly on each side. You see the little lines on each side from rolling that. Till you flip it over and check and see that you have established what you want for camber in there. When you've established, done with 1,000, just move on to the 6, polish that out. And then we want to move on from that. We're going to clean up that camber a little bit. Make sure it's polished. And then we're going to move on to, in my case, it's a 16. Again, all we're doing is polishing the back of that. Clean up the camber side too, get it all polished. Here's the end result we're looking for. Probably do a little bit more polishing on that one end. But you see the curve and the camber on the ends. That's all we need for a back bevel. So on my shoulder plane, it's bedded 18 degrees, so 18 minus 5 is 13. So I'll put a 13 degree back bevel on this, and the way I achieve that is I use my setup, put the blade in, register that 13 degrees. I can't clamp this like I did the other blade, but I can hold it with finger pressure with the same low angle jig, and then I can bring this to the stones and sharpen it. It doesn't slip enough just to establish that. I do not camber the shoulder plane blades because you want that sharp, crisp edge on it to go ahead and cut. Hopefully this was helpful and maybe give a little bit of clarity to back bevels and how to use them and when possibly not to use them. So that's all I do. Like I said, I've got a jig that'll get down to 7 degrees on that blade. It doesn't look like I could get any lower than that, but I don't know why a need would be to any lower than that. So there you go. If you're interested in my sharpening system, go visit my site at freestyle-edge.com and you'll see what we have to offer.